Okay, and so this video is just going to be foundation, contour, concealer, everything like that. So what I do is I just take like a pump or two of my foundation, take my beauty blender, and I just dab around. Pretty self-explanatory. I wouldn't go like this if you're using a beauty blender. It's gonna defeat the purpose. These are really good at making foundations full coverage. So if you press and just kind of stipple it into your skin, you're gonna see a better result. Typically I don't put it underneath my eyes because I'm going to put concealer there. So basically if I put a foundation there and then I put concealer over it, it would really make my concealer go overtime because it's trying to cover another shade as well as my skin. So if you leave that area blank, it's going to make your concealer work better. And now, after my foundation is all blended in, then I'll take my concealer, and we'll just go underneath the eyes, and this is that V shape that we're talking about, so just like that. And typically I'll do just a little bit of concealer there, down my nose, and a little bit on the forehead. And same thing, just blend it out with the beauty blender. Okay, done with that. Now I would take a translucent powder, which, where is it? Oh, okay. So I'm just using this one, and it's just, your basic translucent powder. And what I like to do is I will take my beauty blender, and you can do this with a brush too. You can just take the brush and just pat underneath, but I feel like this works really well. So I just dip my beauty blender into the powder, and then I put it underneath my eyes, which typically makes my concealer last longer. It makes my under eyes brighter. And I'm just going to put that translucent powder everywhere that I put that concealer. Okay. Next, I'm just going to take a just regular powder that I would use on my face, and I'm only going to put this in the areas that I didn't put the translucent powder, kind of. Just definitely not underneath the eyes. Do not put your foundation powder color underneath your eyes after you just did that. You're just going to darken it and work over time. Next thing is going to be, okay, it's going to be bronzer. So I'll just find cheekbones. And just keep blending that, and then blend it definitely into the hairline. And people ask why. It's just because it gives you a warm glow just from doing that, and then also it just blends your makeup in better. Or at least your contour. If I could hold on to my brush, that'd be great. Okay. And there's a chance that you guys do competitions, you might possibly do a stronger contour than even that because it's stage. So that's really up to Jackie. So I would just ask her, and if she says yeah, then just get a little more heavy-handed, you know? Blend my double tan out. Okay, anyway, next is blush, which I hope I have my blush palette somewhere around here. If I don't. I do not. So, typically, if you're going to do blush, which you guys will, I would just take a brush like this one or something, and I would just brush it, smile, and just brush it into the apples of the cheeks, obviously, and try to blend it a little bit into the contour, but do try to just centralize in this area. Try not to bring it up to here to make it like an extra thing. Just try to blend it right in there. Next thing would be highlight. So I'm just going to use one of these little shimmery ones for today, and I'm going to use the lightest one. Let me get a little more. Okay. And we're just going to put this right at the tops of your cheekbones. And I usually go down the nose and the top of the lip, chin. And for stage, you could probably even go up in here through the temples and everything. I wouldn't do it like anywhere here, just right in these areas here and down the nose here, and maybe a touch there. That's it. Last thing on the list would be lipstick. So it's hard to do lipstick on other people, I will admit, but if you just take your liner and make an X right where their cupid's bow is, kind of like that, it's going to help you start mapping out their lips. And then just take it and do one underneath there. Which one is a little crooked. And then just kind of start connecting the dots. And I mean, obviously on just like yourself, it's a little easy, but this is just tips for doing it on someone else. Oh, I should probably look up. well, that will do today. And then I do not have the lipstick you guys have, so I'm just going to use this liquid lipstick here, which I know is probably a little bit easier to use, but it's pretty solid.